Okay, before you see this video, I need to just make sure that you know this video is long, but there's a whole lot of information in this video, and it's super interesting if you're slightly interested in this stuff. And you'll actually learn some from it. There's a lot of tips in here, but this is a longer video, so sit down and listen. It's more of a podcast type thing because it's just us talking, and there's a little equipment at the end that you can look at all the equipment and stuff, but for the most part, this is a timeline, a rough timeline of how things started and where we are now. So this is an informational video with a lot of fun stuff and a good story of how this all started. So stick around and listen to this. Even just put it in your pocket and listen. It's a really cool video. So hope you enjoy and hope you have the time to watch the whole thing. If not, subscribe and watch it later.
And tell everybody about everything.
Well, is it videoing right now?
Yes.
What is up, fam?
Okay.
Welcome to the family channel.
This video is brought to you.
No, I'm not ready. Who is it brought to you by?
Farver Lawn Care.
It is a spot.
This cat is here to attack us.
And the cat is here.
So this video has been highly requested. That's not true.
By every single one of you.
Nobody has asked.
We get comments all the time. I say I'm only in one video.
This is my brother, fam? Tim. He was one of the founding brothers of this company.
Wait. What's up, fam?
Okay. This video is how it started. What started it? That's
not how you start it.
Why do we have a lawn care business?
You can't start like that.
Mostly, but he's in college because he's dumb.
That's not how you start it.
Scammed by school.
Yep.
Oh, attacked my face. You stupid cat.
Dude, people are gonna get mad that you're smacking a cat on a video. They're gonna be like, stop.
Cat abuse. No,
don't
cat
do that.
Training. You want an idiot cat?
Cat.
Well, I don't.
Train.
Why are you doing that? Yeah, I got him. I knew what he was thinking.
I could have a lot of fun editing this. Who wrote Trey in the wall?
Me.
Trey did.
We should do some crazy intro music.
Oh, we're dancing. Oh, sorry, we didn't see you there. Welcome to Farver Lawn Care.
Didn't see the phone there and the mics we're wearing for this video. Didn't expect you to come in hot like that.
Sitting here chatting and all of a sudden.
I've been wanting to do a video. We've been wanting to do a video about how Farver Lawn Care started or where it came from, because it wasn't really a business to begin with, but it kind of became one, obviously, and now here we are hanging out, and I'm Trey. You guys see me in all the videos, but this is my founding brother.
Howdy, YouTube people.
His name is Tim. And you saw him in the last video if you watched the Toyota Avalon off-road,
which, by the way, is my sick new ride.
His old ride died in a sad way.
My old ride died in a car accident, which was not my fault. Let the record show. We have a friend here as well.
This guy right here is going to attack us throughout this entire thing because, ouch, that's what he does. So he's going to ask the questions. We are going to answer them together because if you don't know, which you probably don't, he was actually the person with the truck who drove us around to cut lawns to begin with.
Okay, so like Trey said, I do have a list of random questions that Trey has decided to make for himself for me to ask him.
Like 5 minutes
/
ago.
Also me. And we're going to hopefully use them to tell you, without distractions from a cat, how Farver Lawn Care has started and grown and flourished into a business with how many clients at this point?
23 lawns and a lot of reoccurring landscape clients.
23 official, but Farver Lawn Care is kind of just whatever outside work needs done.
Yeah, there's a lot. I mean, we mow off and on. He helps right now, but I mow probably only 2 or 3 days a week. The rest of the week is landscaping jobs and other stuff. So it's not just mowing that takes up the time, but a lot of it is. And a lot of the lawns are actually bigger lawns. but there's also a lot of smaller in-town ones. But
Farver Lawn Care has been a more or less full-time job for Trey. As Trey said, I left. I'm going to college now, so I'm not around as much. I'm here for the summer. So we thought we'd put a video out as to how Farver Lawn Care started, just to see if anybody's interested in like how we started a small business and how it's going right now.
and where it's gonna go.
And where it's
Nobody knows. The mic is not for you.
Trey's got the plans to where it's gonna go because I'm out. So here's the big question for Trey. It's the bold question in the notes. It says, "What gave you, Trey Farver?" No,
I
you
had
started
the idea,
it.
Yeah.
You are the worst. What gave you the idea? Is what I have.
The idea of why the heck do you want to start mowing lawns? Well, it wasn't an idea at all.
It started
It started
with an obsession.
It was
an obsession for a
go-karts.
lawnmower. Ah, you're right.
It started with go-karts. I was like, so if you don't know, here's a holy moly moment for you. We grew up the first, not the first 10 years of our life, but like when I was 5, we moved to France and learned French to go to West Africa to be missionaries, and we were missionaries there for almost 10 years. And we were in France for about a year and a half. So from the age of 5 till 15, basically.
15 is probably for you.
Is when we came back to the U.S. from being missionaries in Africa. So in Africa, there's nothing to spend your money on. There's no toys or really fun things to buy and waste your money on. So I had built up money from birthdays and stuff. I had $600, and I was like, this is the most money I've ever had in my life. I'm going to buy something fun when we go back to America. I'm going to buy a go-kart. And so I'm all over Craigslist nonstop. This was before I even knew Marketplace existed. All over Craigslist looking for the go-kart. And I find this blue go-kart, and it's just this. The description didn't even say if it ran or anything, but I was like, I'm sure it runs. It's probably great. It's sitting in like bushes. It's just crappy blue go-kart. And I'm like, I'm getting this. It was $500. And I'm like, $100 is enough to fix a go-kart, right? But then I start realizing that go-karts are super expensive and probably will never run for more than 5 minutes at a time. So all of a sudden, I start seeing like mowers and little tractors and things pop up on my Craigslist feed, and I'm like, maybe I should get a mower. I'm like, I want a tractor. I've always wanted a tractor. And so I start looking, and I see quite a few, and we literally have been in America for like 2 weeks at this point. And I'm like, Dad, I want to go see this mower. It was this Yard Machine was the brand. It had a little snow blade on the front. And the guy's like, the guy's like, I'll give it to you for $600. I'm like, perfect. I want it. And he's like, I don't know. He didn't answer me for a day or so. Sold. I sold it. Sorry. But I have this other one, and it had this manual Craftsman front end loader on it. If you haven't seen those, look those up. But it was on a Craftsman lawn tractor mower with this manually operated loader on the front. It was super cool. I'm like, wow, I can do snow removal. I can do digging work. I can do all this stuff with this tractor with a loader, and it's also a mower. Well, mowers don't dig, but it was a great thing to move leaves and snow with. So that's kind of where it started. I had this mower, but I didn't have even a vision of starting a lawn care business. This was just, I want something fun to do. I'm going to have this mower to play around on and do fun stuff with. So that's kind of where that started. That was a really long answer to that question.
And this is,
I'm like 15.
You're
15 at this point.
Are you 15 or are you 14?
I don't know. That doesn't add up though, because we were in Togo for 10 years. But we left when I was 5, so 15. But I think I was 14 when we got here. The way the dates line up, I was just about to turn 15 that summer, so I think I was 14 when we got here. But yeah, I'm not anywhere to driver's license ville.
Yeah.
I'm a ways away from driver's license, which turns out to be kind of a problem when you're trying to start a business. But
yeah, so I guess this kind of started as like Trey and I grew up on motorcycles in the middle of nowhere, Africa, like riding and jumping and doing stupid things with engines, and then coming back to the United States to a small house with nothing to do.
No
Was like
land.
Trey and I, but Trey was the one that went to buy something, needed an engine to play with. The idea was a go-kart, and then it turned into a mower. And then the mower was fun because Trey could mow, which was exciting.
Stop
but
biting.
not only that, he could play with whatever idea he had for the bucket.
I'm pretty sure our neighbors hated me because, like, I hope you can see what the cat's doing. I literally would just do things. I put a smokestack on the mower at one point and then realized the way that I built it, I couldn't open the hood anymore to fill it with gas. I put
It's a problem.
sometimes I would just take the hood off and drive around because like it was cool. Sometimes I
Pretty
would.
exciting.
I got really cool like tractor tires for the back of it because that was cool.
You did do that. That was fun.
I put weights on the back wheels for no reason because that was cool, and I painted the wheels black because that was cool, and I put a strobe light on it because that was cool. It was really cool, guys.
Let's just talk about the mower.
And throughout this video, we'll put pictures of things. There will be pictures of what this mower was. There's lots of pictures, so
they'll probably know that. Yeah.
By now you know that, but I just thought of that, so just know now that you know it already do.
I don't know about this cat, guys.
He's really violent. He's like actually hurting me. Okay, next question. That was a really long answer. They can't all be that long or we're done.
Trey has a mower. He's playing with a mower. Now, how did we start taking and doing lawns?
Basically, it had that that front end loader thing on it, and it was fun to plow snow. Plowing snow, if you haven't plowed snow with something other than a shovel or a snowblower, you know, it's really satisfying and it's really fun to do. And so that was kind of like I wanted to do other lawns, and we had this couple that lived next to us, older couple, and I would do their driveway whenever it snowed for free and just kind of for fun because I loved doing it. It was like I couldn't go out and ride dirt bikes. We didn't have land, but I could go out and drive around on this mower and mess around in the snow. So that's what I would do. I would do theirs for free. But eventually it was to the point where it's like I want to do something with this. I want to try to make money or something. And I'm only 14 or 15 at this point, and I don't have expenses really. The only thing I ever had to do was buy gas every now and then for that mower. Like I didn't have any bills or any equipment or anything to pay for. So it was just kind of I wanted to just make money for fun, just to have money, and there was no I'm going to start a business really in my head. It was just kind of something fun to do where we lived. So that's kind of where it started becoming kind of a way to make money was when it was like I need spending money and I can't get a job. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this question I don't even really know the answer to, but like when did in your head where did you go? We should make this a business because I can't even remember that. I remember making pamphlets and stuff, which we'll get to, and trying to make it a business, but I don't remember when or who got it in your head to make it go into a business.
I found this dethatcher and this pull behind sweeper for that mower. And in the fall, I went around and sweeped up all our leaves with that sweeper and dethatched the lawn. And our neighbor had me dethatch their lawn. And there's a really funny video of that. I had the dethatcher set up completely wrong, but I thought it was working, but
it wasn't right.
And I was drinking a nice Casey's Mountain Dew, looking
lessons learned.
Yeah, like an old man on his tractor, kind of. And so that was the time I think I really like made money. Was like, I'm out here dethatching a lawn. This is cool. And so then it was like, how else can we make money? How else can I use this mower? Like, obviously I can cut grass with it, but how do you get people? We had no clue. Like, how do you find clients? I don't know. How do you, and who's going to trust you at that age, right? So that was kind of, but yeah, I think after that I made money and I was like, whoa, like I can actually do something with this and we can start making money. But
Yeah, so this was all at the very end of 2019 into um, beginning of January when Farver Lawn Care idea was forming, mower was bought, things were happening. So Farver Lawn Care idea starts. I remember we had this idea, and then I remember going into different websites trying to figure out how to make a logo, which I found out any kind of auto-generated logo that I could get online had a cost to it. So this logo was not created by me. It was created by uh, a friend of our sisters who made it for us. But yeah, so I was trying to make a logo, and then I started trying to make pamphlets. It must have been winter because it would have been It would have been December. So we did. I started making pamphlets, and then I started making little Farver Lawn Care. It was a little paper card that had a picture of the mower on it, and a shovel leaning against it.
in the
And
snow.
it said Farver Lawn Care. It said this is good for one free um, driveway clearing for the snow, and it had my phone number on it. And we kind of went around just around our house, around the neighborhood, and we put these in people's mailboxes, hoping that we could prove to them through one shovel, through one clearing of their snow, that hey, you should hire us to do your driveway.
But it didn't work.
And that was kind of how it started. But
that didn't, I don't think, get us any. What really got us clients is this is not a good idea. I don't advise doing it this way, but it snowed and we were like, let's just go do people's driveways. And we lived in a weird area. We were by a big church, but there was a lot of industrial stuff. So we were kind of this weird little neighborhood where there wasn't a ton of people right where we were, but um we had a few neighbors, so we just went up to the neighbors' houses. It was dark. It was getting dark. I don't remember earlier at morning or night, but it was
not a great
bad
idea.
time to be trespassing, clearing people's driveways. But we were clearing all these driveways for free, and then we'd leave this card, a similar card. It was like, "Congratulations, you've received a free snow clearing from Farver Lawn Care, and here's a phone number to text or an email or whatever we had at that point to." Get more services. And thankfully we didn't get shot by anyone and nobody came out and screamed at us, and we got driveways from that, a few. Not really like come plow it every time it snows, but they would say, hey, do you want to do it or whatever, I can't do it right now. So that was kind of how we started to get clients right away, but I wouldn't recommend doing it that way if you can't, because that's not a smart way to start out. But it did work for us. But yeah, I'll just stop there. But it kind of took a turn eventually because, yeah. Next question.
Yeah, so that's where it started. Just a lot of neighbors and
a lot of cleanups. I remember picking up sticks a lot. And
yeah,
leaves
we
and
had
stuff.
a lot of stick cleanups. Probably the next thing would be enter 16-year-old me purchasing my first vehicle, which was a 2001 Dodge Dakota. And quickly following a small trailer, which is when Farver Lawn Care had its very beginnings.
Exploded into millions
We
of
could
dollars.
drive places and get lots of money
Now,
theoretically.
this was a weird phase in life where he had a license. I was still just a little dude with no license, but I had a mower and he had a truck, and we were about to move. So at this point, we were here in America for a year, and we were going to go back to Africa again. But my dad ended up getting a pastoring job at a church, and so then we ended up actually staying in the U.S. permanently again. But where we were staying was a house next to our sending church. That how we got to Africa. Well, we couldn't live there obviously permanently. That was for missionaries. So now we had to move, try to find a house. Well, we moved closer to this church, like 45 minutes away from where we were. So we started building up trust in our neighbors and clients and stuff, and then we move. So then it's kind of like starting all over. But the perk of your dad being a pastor is a lot of people from church kind of started hearing about it and wanting help here and there with stuff. And so we kind of started doing people's lawn care there a little bit, but we actually don't have a ton of work from church people. But that definitely helped start getting the word around, having people from church know that we did that and stuff. So
one of the biggest things for us all the way through, even beginning at the small house when we lived with our setting church, and then moving to the church there where my dad is now the pastor, is word of mouth. It kind of started as like, oh, look at these young little boys trying to work, and we would do jobs, and people would tell people like, hey, we know these kids that'll work, and definitely worked for really cheap. And so word started spreading around, and that's how it got kind of big enough for Trey and I to, buy McDonald's and get buy some Mountain Dew every once in a while.
it's pretty great. We were rolling in the dough.
Yeah, I mean for us, we're
keep
young
in mind
kids.
where we lived, that we were, I mean, like, we couldn't really get jobs. We couldn't make money there, and there was no reason to, because we didn't have expenses, and there wasn't even like, let's go buy a cool toy or something, because there just really wasn't that stuff there. So we were making money, not a lot, but we were making money, and it was like, this is weird. Like, so it was super exciting to like be able to go buy stuff and things like that, and fill the tank and get gas and stuff. So
yeah. Yeah. So then we moved over here to where we are now. This guy is ridiculous.
he's really mad right now.
I don't even know what to do with him. He's
just kick him off,
bro.
He knows. He look at him. He put his ears down too. He knows that's supposed to be.
So we have my little truck. We have a little trailer. We have weed whacker that we got for free for somebody, right?
Oh, hold on. The reason
Why
I
are
was
you
telling you
back?
we moved is I did not buy that trailer. My dad bought that trailer because we were going to be moving, and so we wanted a way to move stuff more than just our minivan. So we bought a little 5x8 carry-on trailer from Tractor Supply. It was on sale. I think it was $699 or something like that. You can't get them for that cheap now, which is crazy, like 3 years later. But yeah, brand new, nice little trailer, and that's what we started with, because once we moved, um, there wasn't a whole lot of use for it, but we put it to use, and I think we probably would have sold it if it weren't for us starting to do the business. So um, that was a big thing, having a trailer, especially being able to move stuff around. But yeah,
I'm trying to think of what our first big move over here was. Do you remember what it was? Was it
mowing. We started getting mowing people.
we started getting mowing people? I remember we always had little pamphlets that we would give people. What did we do?
It might have been snow removal.
It'd be a whole year round now.
The first, I think we had like 5 or 6 lawns that first year with the Dakota.
Was it when fall came around and started doing? I know leaf cleaning was big, but I think that's a year later too.
I don't know. I don't know what the big thing was that started making us do stuff, but work ethic is something that we gained a lot being in Africa. So that helps, and people see that in you, and that kind of helps you get work when people know you'll be able to do it and get it done in a timely manner. But I don't know what the big thing was really that set us off and got us going. But I do remember we finally upgraded from that Craftsman to a John Deere GT 235 riding lawnmower, just like the one we had, but bigger and bigger deck. And that was big because we were able to get stuff done a lot faster, and it was a lot nicer mower. But then we didn't have a blade for snow, so then it was trying to find a 4-wheeler with a blade, because we obviously weren't going to put a plow on the Dakota. But I found a 4-wheeler, and it was nothing but problems. I put thousands and thousands of dollars into that thing trying to get it going, and put a plow on it, and I finally had everything going. Totally bent the plow. It was the cheapest plow on Amazon. Totally bent it, like immediately destroyed the plow. So then I got one of the higher end plows, and that one worked. But then the 4-wheeler just kept on persisting with its issues and it just never stopped. So this started this cycle of, okay, well, now I'm going to sell this 4-wheeler and get something else. But now we have to have something else for snow. So it kind of started this, like, all of a sudden I'm flipping things and buying other mowers and tractors and things, and kind of turned into a side business too, was flipping stuff, fixing stuff up and selling it, and building up extra cash that way too, to buy nicer stuff and eventually buy a truck. So that was
Yeah.
part of
Well,
it.
to clarify, not really any kind of a side business, but just kind of
A
Trey's
hobby.
pretty good at finding deals, and he's always on Marketplace, and he'll find a cool deal. He'll buy something, and he'll clean it up a little bit, and then sell it for profit. Like you guys have seen, is what he did with the little motorcycle that he got. There's a couple other things that he's done that aren't on his YouTube channel. Where he'll buy something that's a steal, repair it up a little bit, and then
There's a
sell it
lot
for a
of
good
them that
profit.
aren't on YouTube.
Yeah, so that was really good and helpful, especially for Trey, as he was the one that was buying things like the mower. He would buy the mowers. He has a video where he has all of his mowers. How many did you have all together
Like
up to now?
26. It's more now.
He's had so many mowers, and he just got another one actually, which is gonna have some videos coming up, right, or
Probably,
some shorts or something
yeah.
like that. So wheeling and dealing was pretty helpful for Farver Lawn Care, especially financially wise when we need to buy some things.
Our first weed eater was red 2-stroke hyper tough weed eater from Walmart. It was $99 on clearance.
Yeah, but didn't someone give you one that was
No,
free that
I
didn't
did
run?
have one that was free that didn't run, and we did get it going. It never ran very well, so then we bought the Walmart one.
Yeah, I remember yeah.
That was our first brand new purchase.
The Walmart Hyper Tough.
It actually it did a year or two.
It was okay. We definitely appreciate still a lot more.
Yeah, it helps you like the good stuff. Like, we got some steel equipment, and it's like, oh wow, yeah.
Yeah, so I guess a side thing
nice.
coming off of that, Trey and I've really learned to appreciate like spending a little bit more money to get something a little bit nicer. Especially in the realm of like we buy normally still products for our smaller things like weed whackers,
Always still, really.
and leaf blowers and stuff like that. And then like we've always really liked our John Deere tractors.
Yeah, I've always been a John Deere guy, but that's coming to an end.
Yeah, it is. We just have the stand on now. That's the only John Deere thing that we own right now.
It's just how it's happening.
Yeah. So things just kind of started taking off on their own, especially through. So we've got a house. We're figuring out things. Dad's got a new job. Trey and I are mowing for fun and for some money. Trey upgraded. We had the truck and the trailer. Do you remember when the logo came in and we had stuff like that?
Like way.
Yeah, so that's a ways down the line actually.
That was more recent. That was like within the last year or two.
21 or 22.
It was 22 for sure. It was last year, early last year.
Yeah, so
I started putting it. It's on a lot of equipment now, but yeah.
So there's a lot of things with lawn care that go in spurts. So you're reliant upon rain and grass growing for your regular clients, which is your more stable side of things. But then you have stuff like fall and leaf cleanups, which are torturous, but
I hate leaves.
There's so much money in leaf cleaning because you go and you clean someone's yard and you get all the leaves and the sticks out of there, and almost every single time you'll get a neighbor walk up and be like, hey, can you do mine in the meantime? Or, hey, can you give me a quote? So that's super, super big. Does not very often lead to clients. I think it has in a couple instances that you can think of.
Mowing clients?
Yeah, mowing clients down the road.
Yeah.
It has a few times, not a ton, but that is good to get your name going around. Business cards, man, those didn't start till 22 either, did they? We didn't really
had like homemade pamphlets, but we never had real business cards.
So
we had the logo. Really.
Yeah, we had little pamphlets that I had made. Then we had a good stash of them printed out in my truck that we would give to people a lot of the times. And it started with just my personal phone number on there. And I would do a little bit more of the customer side, talking to people and figuring out what needs done.
Yeah,
So
I was like scared to talk to adults almost.
yeah, so Trey
I
was
would
a
be
little
like,
bit
no,
younger.
we'd knock on the door of the client's house and be like, no, you talk, you talk.
Yeah.
I didn't ever want to talk.
He was a lot more nervous. But yeah, so there's a lot of word of mouth that goes into that for us. Just we proved ourselves as hard workers. We did the best we could. We are definitely affordable, and so people were like, "Hey, we know these kids, and they work hard." So word got around like that. I think we put a bunch of flyers at like gas stations and
Oh
like
yeah, we did
Walmart
that
and
quite a
stuff like
few
that.
times.
I think we did that a couple different
Like on the
times.
community announcement boards or whatever, you go
Yeah.
stick a pamphlet on there and
Yeah.
with your phone number and whatever you do.
So there's that. So we're here in Newton. We're starting a business. We've got a few people going around that we're going around and mowing for. We have my truck. We upgraded to the John Deere. What was it? John Deere what?
GT 235.
And we have this small trailer. Up next is the addition of the zero turn, right?
No, next is I buy a truck. So after winter, I sell that 4-wheeler and I made a good profit off of it. I got it running and got it going good again. And then I was like, I'm done with it. I'm selling it. Made a little bit of a profit off that. And then I had some money I had saved up, and probably most of the money I had made was from flipping things and stuff. But so I finally had a little over $5,000 cash, and I was like, well, I'm gonna buy a truck now. So I bought a black 2002 Ford F-250 5.4 V8. That's in a lot of, well, some of the older videos, not a whole lot, but
I think like the second video on Farver Lawn Care is a washing video of that truck. So
yeah. There's a few videos with that truck, and like the lawn care setup videos, there's one or two with that truck, but some videos, but not a whole lot. And I still didn't have a license when I bought that. I was still 15, so then it was this giant F-250 pulling this teeny little 5x8 trailer with one mower on it. And honestly, just looking at it like that bothered me. I was like, I have to get a bigger trailer. This looks so stupid. But obviously, I still couldn't even drive. So that was the last thing on my mind. I had to get a driver's license. I love driving no matter what it is. If I had to drive a Prius around, I would rock that Prius. But yeah, I was itching to get my driver's license, and I really, really, really wanted to be able to get that. So when I finally got it, it was like, okay, now we can start. I don't know, things just kind of started moving faster once we could both drive around and do stuff. And there was a few jobs where we'd take both trucks and stuff like that. But eventually, Tim sold his truck and bought a Cadillac. He wanted something with a little better gas mileage, so he gets a V8 Cadillac. But yes, he sold the truck, but because we had mine at this point, and then it was I bought this Cub Cadet tractor from a dealership in town, and it sucked. I hate Cub Cadet. It was awful. I hated that mower, and you almost immediately sold that, and then my grandma has a zero turn, but we mow her lawn, and so I asked her. We kind of worked out a little deal where we mowed for her for free for I don't remember how long, a year or two, and turned for the zero turn. So since she couldn't use it and didn't want to, so we made a little deal and got that, and that was a crazy efficiency thing, was getting a zero turn.
And both of us running mowers at the same time was pretty big.
Yeah, zero turns make a huge difference on mowing lawns, especially in town lawns where you're going around stuff all the time.
Yeah, and we had the GZ235, which is a riding mower, and doing 3-point turns at the end of most of our lawns, it slows you down a lot. Even though Trey and I really, really like that tractor, mowing
Those
with
are
it is
really
a
nice.
lot slower than a zero turn was.
Yeah.
Yep. So the truck comes into play. I don't know when the trailer upgrade came. Was that later?
That was pretty quick after I got my
the
license.
trailer upgrade came.
When you buy a trailer, you immediately need a bigger one. Like from the start, it was like we couldn't even get the mower and the push mower. We had to lift. I mean, like we couldn't get the mower and the push mower on the trailer, so we would have to lift the push mower in the truck. I don't want. This is stupid. Manual labor.
But we did it for a while.
We did it for a long time.
A good while.
A long time.
Like a year.
In the midst of this, there was also the little like Forrest Gump John Deere mower.
Oh my goodness. We bought
Got it at a garage sale for $200.
Yeah.
Never used it. We used it on one lawn.
Yeah, it was a very, very one of those really, really small ride-ons.
Old ones with like the square steering
There's an
wheel.
example of Trey wheeling and dealing. He saw it. We are like, this is fun and this is cheap. So Trey snatched it up. We thought it would be really helpful for like our small lawns that we push mow. We'd be like, oh, we can ride.
It was awful.
But it was just kind of like still doing 3-point turns on a weird little thing, and it just didn't turn out as well as we wanted to. So Trey sold it for a good profit. But yeah, that's just in the
After
middle
that
of
is when we got the bigger trailer. So
Okay.
the bigger trailer was. So the weed eater was the first brand new purchase ever.
And then we would purchase another brand new one later.
The trailer was the first big new thing we ever bought. So I bought the trailer brand new, paid cash. It was a carry-on 7x12. So 4 feet longer than the first one and a foot wider. 2 feet wider. So it was a whole lot more space, like a lot more space. And that was like great. It was like, now we got room to grow. This is great. We can fit 2 mowers on here. And that's definitely when things started picking up. Like when you're set up, I've learned, especially over the last like even just 3 or 4 months.
And we were just talking about it today.
Yeah, we were just talking about it. How you look going down the road and what your clients see is huge to advertising and what people see. If they see you putzing around town with a little mower in the bed of your truck, that's fine. That's where we all start. But once you get to the point where you have a big trailer and nicer at least equipment and a truck and everything that looks presentable, that's when things start to move along because people start to see that and they remember that. I bought a bright red trailer for a reason because I wanted people to see it and be like, it's that guy, because there's only one other truck in town that goes around with a red trailer that I've seen. So you see me go down the road and they're like, it's the guy with the red trailer, the big red trailer with the big red mower. That's how you want it. You want people to see it and remember you based off of your stuff. So that's kind of a big deal too, is what they see. So once we had a little bit bigger trailer and a 0-turn and 2 push mowers, and I built some racks for the weed eaters and everything on the trailer. So it started to look really put together, and that was helping grow a lot. And I think the year before you went to college, we had maybe 12 lawns, 10 or 12.
I think we hit 20.
We never hit 20.
No?
No, we were never near there. I think it was 10 or 12. Maybe 13 at one point, I think was the highest we ever got. And then, so once he left, it was kind of like, now I'm on my own with all this.
So, we have the F-250, the black one. We have the bigger trailer. The mowers were starting to look good, which was helpful. The next thing was the logo that came in. We got the logo, and with that, we started getting some Farver Lawn Care shirts, some hats. But not only that, the bigger thing was we got our logo with a phone number on it, right?
Yeah.
As a magnet that went on both doors of Trey's truck, which are now stickers. If you guys have seen anything else on the channel, it's just stickers on the doors. I think that has been pretty big for helping with business because you see Trey's truck driving around with mowers and trailers and a logo and a phone number to call. And not only that, like Trey and I like to keep busy, so we're always driving different places. So we're advertising for ourselves, just driving around. So our logo's getting put on stuff. Trey's making stickers. Business cards came from that. I think that's been pretty big.
Hats, yeah, everything. That was, yeah. You'll notice like all the mowers have a Farver Lawn Care sticker on them somewhere. which doesn't advertise really what's on your mowers, but when they see the red trailer guy and then they see the phone number, they can be like, I don't know. They see the trailer, so then they'll see the number. Like if they're paying attention to it, they'll notice it.
Yeah.
So it helps. Getting eyes on you is good.
Yeah. And then the black truck probably ran for a year and a half, 2 years.
I don't think it was even a year.
You don't think it was even a
I
year?
don't think. Yeah, I don't think I had that thing for a year. Yeah.
Okay. So black truck ran for about a year.
And we went through this stage. Snow removal always sucks. Snow removal is the worst, but it's not.
We can talk about snow removal all day.
It gets better once you get the right equipment. But snow removal, the easiest snow removal was with that stupid Craftsman because it never broke down. It never had an issue. But the four-wheelers, every four-wheeler ever had nonstop problems. They're just not. You just can't plow with that stuff. You can, but it doesn't work out.
Or at least for us.
Older stuff, what we had. Mowers don't plow very well, but they kind of can if you need to. And I'm like, well, if we get two big self-propelled snow blowers, we're just as wide as a plow blade on a four-wheeler or a mower, but if we're both run at the same time, we can be throwing the snow away. We're not trying to have to pile it somewhere. We can move quick. We can just have them in the back of the truck. We don't need a trailer. We can just run from house to house, blow them off real quick, and it'll be super quick and efficient. But it wasn't at all. Snow blowers always break. Just know that. They always break, especially the big self-propelled ones. When you're using them that much, they just break.
We had a problem every time we went to
both
clear.
Both of them broke down.
One would fail, and the next would fail. It was so frustrating because you're up so early
too.
and you're mowing.
Mowing
you're
snow.
Snow plowing, and then something breaks, and you have so many more places to do, and all of this, and it was just such a big deal all the time.
Snow is one thing that's really easy to get clients in.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to go out in the cold morning before they go to work and shovel the snow. So I think we had like 20 driveways at this point, and that might not seem like a lot, but it is a lot when you're up at 3 a.m. doing snow blowing.
Yeah, and the money you make from it is
good money.
Is pretty good.
Really good money.
And then again, it's just Trey and I just having money for fun, and for Trey especially, he would save money and then upgrade and buy more fun things to use for the business.
Yeah. Snowblowers basically got to the point where it was like we were fed up, like so done with snowblowers. And we were shoveling a lot of driveways too, just because it was like these things suck. Well, I start looking around on Marketplace for a truck with a blade already, and I'm like, I definitely want an F-250 still, but I need to find something with a blade, because I was looking at putting a blade on my black truck, and I found a blade. It was a little homeowner plow. Put it on, bent the frame of the plow and all the stuff immediately. So it was like, this is not going to work. So then I start looking around, and I find this truck with a plow like 2 or 3 hours away, and that's the gray truck I have now. And it's been a great truck. It had a snow plow, and as soon as we had that, we could do our lawns that used to take us 8 hours in like 4 hours. Like you go in, you back drag all the snow out of the driveway, shovel the walk, and you're done. Like, it was so much faster, and it was fun. It wasn't torturous out in the snow, getting covered in snow, freezing with broken equipment. You're sitting in the heated cab, the radio playing, you hop out and shovel real quick, you get back in, you go to the next one. It was super great, and it made it like you could look forward to it. It was fun instead of like just dreading it with everything you have. And so the truck with a plow was a huge thing, because now we can get parking lots, and we can get big clients, and we can get way more driveways now and be just a whole lot bigger. So on the snow side of things, at least. So that was huge, and we made it. That winter was definitely the most profitable time. It was where we made big money to us. But
okay. I'm trying to think what else is going on for Farver Lawn Care. We always had a few different odd jobs that would pop up all the way through. It started with like stick cleanups.
Weeding.
Sometimes we had bush trimming, stuff like that. One of the I'm trying to think what else was happening. One thing that was really big is we had the derecho, whatever you want to call it.
Derecho.
Everybody calls it something different.
Like a land hurricane.
It's
thing.
essentially an inland hurricane here in Iowa where we are, and
most of Central.
so,
America.
but side note, this is back in like what 2020, 2021 when we had my red truck, the Dodge Dakota.
Yeah.
So we had a ton of business come out of that because everybody's yard was destroyed and they had a ton of debris that needed carried out. And then again, you have fall, which has a lot of leaf cleanups and stuff like that. We did some gutter cleaning. We helped a lady move, different things like that, just like being available to do any kind of job that needs done.
Anything that made money.
But what would you say was our first big landscaping job? I think it would be that farmhouse when we did the reshaping.
Yeah, so there's this farmhouse, this couple that farms. I'm not gonna say their names or anything, but they have a newer house, newer property, and they had the asphalt driveway put in, and there was like a 6-inch to 1 foot drop from the asphalt to the level of the yard. And then it sloped off really steep and was super rough. And they wanted it so that the driveway came out flat and then gradually went down, and then the hill was smoothed out and a little more gradual so they could mow it. That was the first time we ever rented a piece of equipment,
which was very exciting and very fun.
Super fun.
It was a Dingo.
Yeah. It was a Ditch Witch SK 1050, so mini skid steer, same thing, but
same as a Dingo,
way better. That was the first time we ever got our hands in the dirt, moving dirt around and doing that, and planted the grass, and it came in super nice. Customer was happy, and we still do a lot of work for them, so that's really cool. But yeah, that was our first big job. That was huge. We were really nervous about that job, and it wasn't going well either because it had just rained. The dirt we had brought in was awful, clumpy, just nasty. We were super worried about it, but it turned out really good. And yeah, that's where you kind of worry because you come up as a 16-year-old to these people's house to do this dirt work, and in their heads, I'm sure they're going, should I really pay them this much money to do this? Like, should I trust these kids? Do they know what they're doing? But they trusted us, and it worked out great. So, yeah.
Yeah. And that moved on. We've done a few jobs for them. You guys saw the job where we rented the skid steer and did a lawn reshaping and planted seed
a couple weeks ago.
Seed at a house.
3 acres of lawn that we finished, graded, and seeded.
So yeah, and I guess another pro tip for you guys, which I think we'll do a big recap here at the end of the video of like what you would do if you're starting a lawn care business, like how to kind of start it, our best tips. Trey is an avid lawn care YouTube channel watcher along with the creator himself. So like when we were doing this lawn reshaping, Trey's like, oh, I saw this other guy on YouTube do this and stuff like that. And so even though we had never done anything like that, Trey had seen enough YouTube to have an idea of what we needed to do, you know. And some of it's a little bit of common sense and you just have to kind of figure it out as you go. But it's helpful to watch other creators. What do you say?
Yeah, I watch a lot of lawn care channels. Spencer's lawn care, Brian's lawn maintenance. Those are the two bigger ones. Stanley Dirt Monkey, he has a channel all about landscaping and construction, stuff like that. There's a few other random smaller ones that I watch too. Josh's Lawn Landscaping, I know he watches some of my videos. People like that, like just kind of all learning from each other and watching videos is super helpful. And if you don't know how to do the job, at least you get an idea of it and you can kind of figure it out as you go, just to see it happen in front of you instead of just winging it. So that's always good. But
last question before we go into like a little bit of a recap.
and we'll show you some equipment stuff.
Okay, I guess we'll
A
do
quick
that too.
glimpse of what all, just so you get an idea
So-
where we're at.
Trey, where is Farver Lawn Care at right now?
So right now, it's been 2 years that you've been in college now.
Oh, we've been going for 1 year.
It's been gone for 1 year. And so this last summer and this summer and winter, I was all on my own, kind of figuring things out as one man team and getting used to figuring out he used to do the billing and all that stuff and learning myself how to do that all efficiently and stuff.
Yeah, logistics
That
and the
is
customer
still-
side.
My worst favorite part of business is billing, because you sit there and you make 30 bills and then mail them all out or take them all to the customers. And I just hate sitting down and doing like office work. I just hate that stuff. But it's got to be done because that's how you get your money. So if you need money, you got to be billing. But now it's to 23 weekly lawn mowing clients. A lot of landscape projects. This year's been crazy compared to any other year. Like grew like crazy all of a sudden this summer. Part of it is I bought a new trailer again. I went 4 feet longer again. So we started with a 5x8, then 7x12, now 7.5x16. So now we've got a big tandem axle trailer. That was a big thing, is weight capacity on the old trailer was getting to be a problem, is not being able to carry enough weight. So now we've got the longer trailer, and I bought that brand new as well. Bright red. It was either black or red. Same trailer, but I had to decide between black or red. And I decided to go red because I wanted people to see it and realize, kind of, I don't know, just stand out a little more. So that was huge. When people see a nice red trailer, it doesn't have to be red, but just when people see a nice trailer, and I just bought a brand new Gravely Pro Stance 60 stand-on mower. So a nice mower, a nice trailer. I've got the John Deere stand-on as well, the 652R. And so when you have all that paired together with a halfway decent looking truck from a ways, it all just kind of stands out and looks nicer to people. And so that's been huge. I don't even know how people are finding us. I have a website now, phone numbers on the truck, Facebook page, YouTube. I don't think I've
I
gotten
don't think
anyone
YouTube's
from
gotten anybody, but
no, but YouTube's just kind of for fun. But yeah, it's kind of grown a lot this year into a lot more projects other than mowing. I'm always open to take more mowing clients. Like, I don't care. I'm fine with getting up to 40 clients. But as it sits right now, I'm working every day, all day, basically, and all I have is 23 lawns. But it's just all the other jobs take up a lot of time. So, and other jobs are way more fun and way more profitable too. Lawn care is profitable, but it's not as profitable as doing landscaping stuff. So, and it's fun to change it up. A landscaping job is never the same. When you mow a lawn, you do the same thing every time, but in a different direction. So it's good to change it. Every landscape project is unique and different some way. So that makes it really fun, and you get to learn. I learn something new every time and get to rent equipment and do funner stuff than just mow. And I love mowing, but that stuff's kind of what I want to do. And this summer, I bought a dump trailer. I don't know how I lived without that thing before, but for hauling material to jobs and brush, when tree work, anything like that, having a dump trailer has been super great for a ton of jobs. That's part of it too, is having the ability to haul your own materials and stuff. You get to keep the money that you would be paying for delivery and all that. So that's great. And this fall, it'll be really nice for leaves too. But yeah, I bought a used dump trailer, got a steal on that thing. And so we're at dump trailer, the red trailer, the truck, and then 3 mowers. Just bought a new one. We'll show that in a second here. But so yeah, that's where we're at now. It's kind of exploded this year compared to the last few. And we just moved. We actually moved to a house with a shop. So I have a little bit of a shop now where I can store things on work and work on stuff. So most of my equipment can be inside, everything but the trailers. So it's that's really nice. I'm not renting storage units anymore and all that stuff. So nice to have our own space. And so that's kind of where we're at now. The goal, I guess, is to eventually get a nicer truck and then start thinking about equipment like skid steers and stuff like that. But that's not this summer. Maybe next. I'm thinking about trucks, but we'll see how things go this year. But yeah, that's where we're at right now. It's definitely staying busy. And when you're not busy, you've got a lot of maintenance. Like right now, the John Deere needs a drive belt. The Gravely has a flat tire or a popped tire from a roofing nail. And I just bought this Ferris mower that needs some work, and so everything needs work. So there's always stuff to do in the downtime. So you can't always stay busy. So, and it's way more fun to work for yourself than it would be to work anywhere else. Be on your own schedule and do what you want, and make a lot more money than you would at a regular job too. So it's good in a lot of ways, but also super stressful. You're always thinking about work. I'm always thinking about work. It's like never ending. So that is kind of annoying. You get really stressed if you've got a job coming up that's big and you've never done it, or you're behind on billing or quotes or whatever. It can get super stressful, but it's all worth it because it's really fun. But yeah, that's where we're at.
Okay. Congratulations on making it to the end of this video. Part one and part two, if it gets split.
Big old part one.
We don't know at this point in the editing / creating stage.
It's gonna be a long video.
Yeah, it is. To end it off, the 3 biggest tips that we have for you guys
is don't get a shop cat.
Yeah, he's been really hopefully he's been entertaining for you, but he's been super annoying for us.
Super annoying. You're an idiot.
Okay.
Anywho,
if you're starting a lawn care business, you're gonna start small. You're gonna have a few things, but the way that you need to start is with a good work ethic. You need to work hard and be kind and outgoing,
and notice
towards your clients.
The little things you gotta
do the little things. Work hard, and word of mouth is what's gonna spread it for you at that point. Next thing is going to be advertising. For us, advertising was a really good ways down the road. But having a logo and a phone number on a truck and business cards to pass out, flyers we had throughout most of the time. So start with flyers and little cards and get your name and number to people so that they can pass that on to other people as well. And then the final thing is Trey's tip is appearance. It's as you grow and get bigger, upgrade and get nicer things. Sometimes get a flashy red trailer so that you stand out a little bit more from the other people around you.
Everyone has a black trailer.
Yeah, so get a red one.
And if someone steals your trailer, you can tell the cops it's a big red trailer with black rims. There's not a lot of those going around.
Anyways,
it's just that's
aside the point.
That doesn't matter,
but yeah,
necessarily. But
so as you're getting bigger, put the business together, make things look nice, and keep them nice. It's kind of fun to make a video and reflect as to how we got here over the course of so many years.
4 years.
Yeah, Farver Lawn Care's been at it for a while.
4 years. Now you got to see the equipment, but it's dark outside.
Yeah, we have a lot of video ideas, so we should have some stuff coming soon.
So subscribe.
Tired
of people
like and subscribe.
This statistics. There's like 0.01%. Not even 1% of the people that watch the videos are subscribed. What? Just subscribe.
Yeah, so just
do it for me,
please. Because the people who aren't subscribed are watching our video.
If you've made it this far, you better subscribe.
Yeah, you're committed. Just subscribe.
Unbelievable.
Anyway, and buy our merch. Oh wait, we don't have merch.
None of that. But if you want some of that, it's gonna be expensive.
Gotta do that.
Look at some equipment. My favorite part of the video. Come have a look-see. I did press go. I just had a panic moment. Like, did I ever press go? Okay, now we are going to look at equipment quick. None of it is really clean or... I don't know if you could hear that, but the cat is freaking out. Okay, we're just going to quickly run through the equipment so you can see what we have right now and just kind of get an idea of where we're at. This is brand new Gravely Pro Stance 60-inch. Really nice mower. First brand new mower. Chute blocker, just put that on last night. Over here is the John Deere 652R. Has the chute blocker as well. Right now it has a bad drive belt. It keeps blowing them. I can't figure out why. But yeah, that's besides the fact. This I just bought at a garage sale. It's a Ferris IS 3000. It's got independent suspension on all four corners, 27 horsepower. Kohler. I haven't used it like at all. I bought it. Doesn't matter. I bought this like 2 days ago. I don't know much about it. I've only used it on one lawn. But it's a decent little mower. It's in good shape. It's nice.
You say little. It's a commercial mower.
It's a decent giant mower. And so that's the mower side of things.
We did buy another weed whacker if you want to know. But that's not
trimmer,
exciting.
leaf blower, 2 chainsaws, backpack blower,
Snowplow.
hand tools, snowplow for the truck, there's dethatcher. There's a lot of little stuff that doesn't really matter, but we can pop outside quick if you can see anything and look at the
stop sign's important for business as well.
Yeah, stop.
Stop and think.
You gotta
do things right.
Yeah, you gotta wait for the stop sign to turn green. Can you see?
And of course the truck with the lawn and landscaping edition / the website. So
and
go
the phone number.
Check it out and subscribe to our website as well.
Here's the bright red trailer. Hope you can see. It's really dark.
Yeah, they can see it.
Bright red trailer. It's windy, so hope the mics aren't picking that up.
The Avalon's out there too. Check it out.
Ugh, I mean,
that's the quote machine.
Except it hasn't gone on one yet.
Yeah.
No, it didn't. No, it didn't.
This
is the dump trailer.
Super helpful.
8x12. It's really wide, but it's not crazy long, but it holds a lot. And that thing is a game changer for sure. But that's the bulk of the equipment. There's a lot of little stuff, but that doesn't really matter. And this video is long enough. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. That was really, really long. What do you have to say about yourself? What else? Anything else? Really? Okay, that's all you get. Bye.
3 quotes.
Let him under the mowers.